Welcome to the gameplay demo and instruction video for ReBuildUp's $1 Million Idea card game. In $1 Million Idea, players use critical thinking to practice salesmanship while learning about demographics, marketing, and business fundamentals. This game is intended for ages 10 and up for 2 to 8 players per deck. Use multiple decks to hold a tournament. You can skip ahead to any section by clicking on one of the titles in the menu. Game Overview. $1 Million Idea is about making the best sales pitch for your product. For example, to sell an umbrella to an animal trainer, you could say, "She needs an umbrella because she works outside and it may rain." These are the main game pieces. This is a product card. There are 24 in a deck. It costs you $25 per card that you sell to customers for $50 at a gross margin or markup of 50%. Use product cards to come up with a sales pitch that best matches one of the customer cards. You could say this fast food worker needs sports equipment so he can stay active and relieve stress from selling food all day. In case you can't come up with a winning sales pitch for your product, flip over the product card to find the material card. The material card is the resources that make up your product. Use these materials to invent an entirely new product that just might be $1 million idea. For example, use the plastic to construct a collapsible chair frame with the jersey fabric as the seat with a sun-blocking attachment so the fast food worker can enjoy his days off at the beach. This is one of the customer cards you'll be competing for throughout the game. Develop your sales pitch based on the demographics shown, which include the customer's gender, marital status, number of kids, and annual salary. The ages of children break down to 1, 3, 5, and 7 years old. For this customer, he has 2 kids ages 1 and 3 years old. If it were 4 kids, the ages would be 1, 3, 5, and 7 years old. If your product is the best match for the customer, you win the customer card that has a money card on the back worth $50. There are 2 roles in this game. Players start out with 1 money card, which is the back of a customer card, and 2 product cards. Players are the ones who give a sales pitch for their product they think best matches one of the customer cards. Players who get their product chosen win the customer cards. The decider picks who has the winning product cards. Each player takes a turn being the decider. How to play. Set up the game by laying out everyone's product and money cards. The first step of the game is figuring out how many customer cards per hand based on the number of players. This number shrinks as the game goes on until you're down to only 2 players, with the winner being the one with the most total assets. If you only have 2 players for the entire game, flip a coin to decide the winner of each hand. For this example, we have 6 players, so we'll put down 3 customer cards. Step 2. Someone tells players the gender, male or female, marital status, married or single, number of kids, 1, 2, 3, 4, or no kids, and annual salary for each of the customer cards they'll be competing for. Step 3. Each player verbally pitches one of their product cards they think one of the customers will want to buy most. Or they can flip over their product card and use the material shown to invent a new product for their pitch. Step 4. Decider chooses the best product card for each customer card and gives the customer cards to the winners as money. Restock the used product cards. Step 5. The player to the left of the decider is the new decider for the next hand. Repeat steps 1 through 5 until you have a winner. What ifs? What if you run out of product cards? After each decider's turn, check for players out of product cards. For those who've run out, lay out 8 product cards from the deck for them to purchase 2 for $25 each, using only 1 of their $50 money cards. You can only buy 2 product cards each time you run out. You cannot buy or trade product cards with other players. What if you run out of money and product cards? Once this happens, that player has lost and gets to choose which remaining player they want to work for as an employee. An employee has an asset value of $25 and can give input on what products to pitch or invent if asked by their new employer. If that employer loses, the employee finds a new one. What if players tie? At the end of the game, if 2 or more players are tied for first with the same amount of total assets, they play a final round. One last customer card is up for grabs, with the player who came in second place being the last decider. How to win? Best salesperson. You have the most total assets at the end of the game. Money cards equal $50, product cards equal $25, and employees equal $25. Tournament options. For groups larger than 8 players, you can have 2 or more games going with the top salespeople from each game going on to play each other in a final game. Another option is to have employees go with the top players to the final game. Advanced play. Decider picks a location: the beach, desert, suburbs, or city, and season: winter, spring, summer, or fall for the customers. For example, an animal trainer living in the city during the winter is more likely to buy an umbrella than an animal trainer living in the desert during the summer. Experienced players can change the rules at the beginning of the game as they see fit. 2 ways to win. Best salesperson. You have the most total assets at the end of the game. Money cards equal $50, product cards equal $25, and employees equal $25. Best inventor. You had the best idea in the game. Players review all invented products and vote on the $1 million idea. You can have the best salesperson and best inventor from each game advance to the final game. Visit ReBuildUp.com to purchase $1 Million Idea and learn about other ReBuildUp games and programs. Thank you for watching, and remember, don't give up, rebuild up.